Hey guys, this is Tim from Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we've got this and other great stories coming your way, along with new episodes of the Codex Podcast. All right, ready? Sit back, relax, and let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Decoding Panels. We've got something a little different for you today, so today we're going to go back to the beginning, so to speak, back to zero. And who better to go through the time stream with than the only person capable enough in the DC universe to eventually bring us back? That would be the Flash. Flash number 0 is brought to us by Mark Waid, who did the writing. Pencils go to Mike Wieringo. Inks go to Jose Marzan Jr., colors to Gina Going, and letters to Saspar. Now, during the mid-90s, DC, they attempted yet another continuity correction, this time with 0 Hour. Now, the destruction of Coast City is what eventually brings us to 0 Hour itself, and nearly all published titles currently running at DC at that time were affected, like the licensed property stuff like Star Trek and Dragonlance and things like that obviously were not, but all in continuity heroes and villains, they were affected. So Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern at the time, has gained immense power as Parallax and is attempting to rewrite and remake the DC universe itself. So that brings us the 0 issues. Like I said, with the exception of like Star Trek and licensed properties that were running at the time, every other title got a 0 issue, and this, in a sense, is like a modern retelling of that particular character's origins and major points in their history. In this case, it would be the Flash. So, Wally West is our Flash here, since Barry Allen died in Crisis on Infinite Earths, which, if you haven't read that yet and are now done being mad at me that I spoiled that, why don't you go ahead and read that series, then come back here and it'll make a little bit more sense. Okay, enough backstory. We've got an origin to see. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Wally West, the current Flash at this time, tells us the story during the events of 0 Hour. They say that when someone dies, their life flashes before their eyes. How is that possible? How would they even know? I never bought into that. Here I am, less than a second ago, being taunted by someone called Wave Rider. I was trying to save the Earth from the future from an event of cataclysmic destruction. I ran faster than sound, faster than even light, pushing the limits of speed itself, but with a blinding pulse of energy, I went beyond the realm of the living. The Flash's last moments ended in peace, followed by an immense rush of panic. I went back to a time when I was alive. A foundation of memories brings me out of my initial fear. This is too familiar to be where death takes me. I'm beyond the time barrier and in the time stream now. I've done this before when I had some form of control, or at least with someone else who did, but not like this. Not like a ball going through whitewater rafting with no sense of any sort of direction. I'm in the current now, going God knows where or when, and right about the time I let panic take over, I'm back home, back in Keystone City. The year is 1994. That's me, right here, in the heat of action. This has to be the Tuesday before I left. Great. And on top of all that, I have no costume. I hate time travel. Wait, something's wrong here. This isn't just some random placement in time. I'm here for a reason. I'm invisible, intangible, so I'm here but not completely here. The crowd doesn't even notice me. Even if they wanted to, they're too busy watching the battle going on right in front of them. I remember this. It really was last Tuesday. That's Team Turmoil I'm going up against. They're a group of super-powered terrorists looking to pine box a visiting dignitary. They picked the wrong spot to even attempt that. Keystone City is protected by someone who can throw punches as fast as a machine gun can spit out bullets, or who can create a vortex just by waving his arms. Someone who can even outrun gravity itself. Keystone is my town. Hey, nice shot right there. The head turner who's doing the interviewing is also the lady that holds my heart. Her name's Linda Park, and she's the mold that God used to make women. I have a hard time focusing when she's around, and today that almost proved to be fatal. Hey, buddy, pay attention! Yeah, like he can hear me. All I can do is cross my ghost fingers and hope for the best. It all plays out exactly how I remember it, but I don't remember being this much of a showboat. This is harder than it looks, you know. If you misjudge on speed or catch a bullet the wrong way, at best you'll break a wrist. It's a big risk to take to look awesome, but hey, it's what I do. I love this job. It's so hard being the Flash. Heck, it's a dream of a lifetime. Blame it all on some mysterious stranger from my past. If I had all that angst, doubt, and massive chip on my shoulder like some of the newer heroes and the older ones seem to have these days, I'd act all grim and gritty too. But when I was younger, someone removed those doubts and gave me a much needed boost of confidence when I needed it at my lowest. But that's not the issue at hand. It still baffles me. Why bring me here, to this moment? I'm in the zone, and that's amazing to watch, but why is this day so significant? Is there something I'm missing? Ask and ye shall receive. Someone was hidden. I hadn't noticed them before. Max Mercury. Max is a speedster too, and some kind of Zen dude that other runners look up to. They think he's cool. I think he's kind of full of it. I just can't believe he knows more about my powers than I do. On the other hand, his advice has helped me out of some tough jams, so there's that. More importantly, he senses that I'm here. Why is he here, though? And better yet, why am I here? Is there a link between the way Max watches over me and this force that's pulling me through time? I'd definitely ask him if I could. Pulled once more through the time stream. Until I'm able to get some form of solid state, I'm not going to be able to break from whatever has its hold on me. I get to watch and relive one of the greatest lives anyone could have ever had. I wasn't the first Flash. No, there were others before I took the mantle. My Uncle Barry Allen, who gave his life being a hero. After his last battle, I found his empty suit, just like someone will find mine. Just like, man, getting lost in thought. I'm even younger now. Kid Flash, card-carrying member of the Titans. Good times. I'm slowing down now. I know this place. This is the lab in Barry's back room. Could this be the day? It sure is. The first day of the rest of my life. This is the day Aunt Iris introduced me to Barry Allen, who then introduced me to the Flash. Flash was my hero, my idol. I'd have given anything to be just like him. How'd you get to be so fast? Lab accident. I was standing in front of a shelf of chemicals, just like this one actually. A lightning bolt shot through the window, covered me in those chemicals, and supercharged every part of me. Gosh, that's so cool. I wish something like that would happen to me one day. It was a 1 in a billion chance. Right place, right time. Yeah, about that. It is now 1,000,000,000 in 2 chances. I never really understood just how incredible the coincidence was that gave me the same powers as Barry, the same fate. But now, for that heartbeat of a moment, the lightning bolt recreates that exact time frame for me as it did for Barry. I have an all new perspective on that now. Wait, I'm solid now? That moment is gone for me even before I finish saying the words. But the revelation is there. There's more to that lightning than we ever thought. What is its secret? I won't find any more answers here, but that's okay. I get to watch an amazing afternoon take place, and it was about way more than worshiping my favorite hero. I was liberated. It was like getting your license for the first time, but times that by 1,000. Sights and sounds no one else, well, almost no one, had never seen or heard before. But it was mostly about freedom. Not freedom with power, and my God, what power! But more about faith rewarded. The wait was over. A promise from yesterday's past had been fulfilled, which meant that this was only the start. I never gave up on my dream of meeting the Flash, and that dream became a reality, rewarding me from that day to forever. I had believed for the longest time that my destiny was special. I was promised that when I was a kid by someone I thought would know. I never asked my parents who that stranger was, because if I did, that would have meant telling them what he said and having more of reality shoved down my throat. Now, in hindsight, it's almost sad I was so willing to take a stranger at his word. But what real choice was there? During the hard times, his promise was really the only thing that kept me going. And, speaking of that, where exactly am I going now? How much more of my life do I have to see? Will I ever get to go home? Do I ever go home? Well, yeah, kind of. Blue Ridge Valley, Nebraska. Population just shy of 26,000, and that's including the cows. Oh, yeah. Gosh, this must have been 10 years ago. There's family everywhere, not a gray hair in sight. As I move through them, I get that solid feeling again. I'm flexing between intangible and not. That's great news, but if that's the case, I am way underdressed to be here. I don't want any divorced single mothers of two digging on the undertights. There's younger me, pouring out the sodas. Funny how it all comes back. What did I tell you about paying attention? Get your head out of the clouds. Any trouble there, Rudy? You know kids. Think the whole world belongs to them. He'll come out of the clouds if Mary and I have to hold him down. Don't be too hard on him, Rudy. Seems like you had some dreams once, you know. Hey, I work hard for my family. Of course. I now know why this day is so important. This is the day the stranger came. That's why I'm here, to find out once and for all who he was. Wait, he's not here. I don't get it. Where is he? Oh my God, he's me. It all plays out like it did in my memories. I don't even have to remember my lines. All the words are the same. Hi. Hey. Flash fan, huh? Yep. Me too. I used to dream about being him all the time, you know. Did you ever wonder what it would be like to go that fast? What you would see? Where you could go? Man, I bet nobody could hold you back. I think about it sometimes. You look like my dad. Are you guys related? In a way. Wally, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, my dad says if my grades are good enough, I'll be able to work at the plant when I'm older. That's not what I asked. What do you want to be? Well, just kid stuff. Hey, you want to see something? Hey, that's pretty awesome. All this stuff with the Flash must drive your parents crazy. Yeah. Believe me, kid, I know the feeling all too well. My parents used to make fun of me for how much I stayed up in the clouds. They wanted me, feet firmly planted, right here on the ground. I got a lot of grief for that. But, looking back now, I can see that in their own way, they were trying to protect me. They were terrified that I would be disappointed with the world. They're not really out to hurt you. They're just afraid to dream. You don't have to be scared of tomorrow. No matter what anybody says, you're going to make the right choices. You know how I know? Because I know you. I know your dreams. And I'm going to promise you right now that if you stick to them, they'll all come true. Your day is coming, and when it finally does, it's going to hit you like a bolt from the blue. Take it easy, Wally. Have a great life. As I'm leaving, I can see that he really doesn't know what to believe, or me for that matter. But when he does, he'll know that I told him the truth. When I step outside into the sunset, I get the feeling that my time here is almost over. Whatever force had its hold on me has let go. But not without that stroll down memory lane, answering some questions and bringing up new ones. How does Barry Allen factor into my past? How does Max fit into my future? What is this strange new force that is so determined to guide me? I'm going to find out, but not from here. From home. My home. Do I have the power to get back there? You're damn right I do. I go beyond sound, beyond light. I push the absolute limits of speed itself. My name is Wally West, and I am the Flash. God, guys, holy smokes. This was an issue that I really enjoyed. Like, I didn't enjoy it so much when I started reading it, but as I got into it, it really warmed my heart reading this, and even doing the voiceovers for this too. I mean, it was a very wonderful journey for me to go through that process, and I hope you guys enjoyed that too. Mark Waid's work here, always fantastic. I love anything that he writes, and he really shines here, giving us a really nice modern retelling of his origin as the Flash. The artwork, again, at the beginning, it wasn't something that I was really interested in, but as the story progressed, the art grew on me, and I grew to love it by the time the last panel came on the last page. But guys, if you liked what you saw and heard here today, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and hit the notification bell so that way you'll know when the next episode comes out. As always, my name's Tim, and this is Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner, and I will see you next time.